Hello, you're watching Vnews Bulletin. I'm Nhung from Noi, and now the headlines as usual.
President Ho Chi Minh's special testament. Trade surplus to hit $1 billion this year. And later on, Da Nang tourism looks to new markets.
There is a special testament in Vietnam, which is the guideline for the country's development. It's a testament written by President Ho Chi Minh. Join us to see more in the following report.
This steel house witnessed the last working years of late President Ho Chi Minh from May 1958 to August 1969. It's also where he wrote his testament in 1965. After several edits, he finally completed it in 1969. The testament was filled with President Ho Chi Minh's devotion and love for Vietnam and Vietnamese people. In his testament, he asked members of the party to stay united. Unity is a valuable tradition of the party and people. We must preserve it as if it's our own eyes, he wrote.
The Bru Van Kieu ethnic minority group have lived along the majestic Trường Sơn mountain range and the Central Highlands for a long time. Through historical ups and downs, they have been able to preserve their traditional cultural values, such as customs, festivals, clothing, and music.
Ho Ai, an elder in Bru Van Kieu ethnic minority group in Trường Sơn Commune, Quảng Ninh district, in the central province of Quảng Bình, maintains the group's most unique traditional culture and is therefore known as the preserver of Bru Van Kieu culture.
Traditional festivals aim to pray for health and good weather for crops. The different events also encourage the people to work harder for a better life.
Whenever important annual festivals take place, such as the Rice Growing Festival, celebrations for the rice harvest, and funerals, villager Ho Ai is host, calling for local people to take part. Experiencing two wars and post-war difficulties, Bru Van Kieu customs were at risk of disappearing. However, the ethnic group were able to preserve their unique arts and folk music.
We encourage local villagers to continue preserving their traditional culture, so they will not fall into oblivion over the time. We encourage the people to retain the beautiful traditional customs and to eliminate those considered outdated.
To preserve the ethnic cultural identity, Quảng Bình province has opened classes in Trường Xuân and Trường Sơn communes, teaching traditional music of the Bru Van Kieu ethnic minority group. With proper care and attention from local authorities, people have been actively engaged in building new style rural areas. Festivals have also been upgraded, and the Rice Growing Festival has been recognized as the national intangible cultural heritage.
We coordinate with local authorities to help villagers preserve their unique traditional culture.
The Bru Van Kieu ethnic minority group have access to electricity, roads, and education, all highlights of the efforts to build a new style rural area.
Vietnam export revenue in 2022 is expected to reach about $368 billion, a year-on-year rise of 9.46%, according to a report by the Ministry of Industry and Trade.
The number would surpass the target set by both the government and the ministry at around 8%. Meanwhile, import value is estimated at $367 billion in a year, resulting in a just surplus of some $1 billion, fulfilling the set target, the report says. In the first half of this year, export-import value was over $371 billion, including more than $186 billion worth of exports, up 17.3% from the corresponding time last year. The export of the domestic economic sector rose 19.5%, higher than the 16.6% increase of the foreign direct investment sector, including crude oil, which the government said reflects efforts by domestic firms in production and business recovery and supply chain resumption amid difficulties. Notably, during the 6-month period, 29 items reported their export turnover surpassing $1 billion, 4 items more than the same period last year, making up 91% of the total value.
Cargo throughput via seaports across the country hit nearly 63 million tons in July, up 2% year-on-year, according to the Vietnam Maritime Administration.
Data shows that container throughput increased 1% to 2.2 million TEUs during the period. Notably, the volume of imports and exports tends to increase, but domestic container goods have decreased slightly. Economists said that the growth of goods throughput at seaports is still low and has not regained the recovery momentum to the level before the COVID-19 pandemic. They attributed the situation to the lingering consequences of the pandemic and the Russia-Ukraine conflict, which put pressure on the global economy. Rising inflation amid the bleak growth prospect can have a significant impact on the global consumer demand and goods transport, they said, noting that Vietnam with an open economy can hardly avoid these effects. The port and shipping industry is forecast to have long-term rebound outlook thanks to export growth in the second half of 2022 and the whole 2023, experts said.
A secondary school in the Central Highlands has opened classes teaching students how to play gongs in a bid to preserve and promote one of the most recognized cultural features of the region. The Lý Thường Kiệt School in Đắk Nông province has added gong classes to its curriculum to preserve the UNESCO-recognized intangible cultural heritage. In an open space decorated with the cultural characteristics of the Mơ Nông ethnic minority group, children excitedly learn about the cultural roots of the gong, its importance to the spiritual lives of the Central Highlands people, and its journey to become an intangible cultural heritage.
I was thrilled when I first attended a gong class. I want to preserve our country's cultural identity.
Gongs are invaluable assets created by ethnic communities in the Central Highlands and constantly promoted and handed down between generations. As Mnong people, we must know the sounds of gongs and be responsible for preserving and passing it on.
The gong classes are a major endeavor by the Lý Thường Kiệt School, which recently bought a gong set worth over $1,300. With the gong set and a professional team, the school has decided to maintain regular gong classes taught by local artisans and to turn them into an optional subject.
The school wanted to establish its own gong team to teach students every academic year. Students are then expected to teach their friends in their villages.
Many artisans who know the secrets of playing the gong have unfortunately passed away, and the younger generation has little or no interest in gongs due to a strong attraction to modern life and imported culture. As such, gongs have been gradually disappearing. In addition to learning how to play, the students are also taught about a key part of their culture, which is an essential factor in preserving intangible cultural heritages among young people and the local community. A unique leaf market has been held in the Mekong city of Cà Mau, where market goers don't use cash to purchase food and drinks and instead use leaves as exchange. Let's take a look. Without the need for cash or other payment methods, people at the market only have to take a handful of leaves to buy food or drinks. The unique market was initiated by Dr. Bùi Quốc Thái, who has devoted himself to charity work in Tây Ninh province. Many people, including Dr. Thai's friends and local people, contributed food and drinks to diversify the offerings at the market.
The market was fun and intriguing, and everyone was excited. You could try a range of delicious dishes and drinks.
There were about 30 stalls selling more than 50 different vegetarian dishes and drinks, attracting thousands of visitors from both home and abroad.
This is the first time the market has been held in Cà Mau, and we hoped it helps cheer up everyone after a hard day at work. It also brought back beautiful childhood memories.
Besides food stalls, the market also provided medical checkups and medicine for thousands of local people. It was not difficult to recognize the joy and happiness in the eye of market goers. Hanoi is estimated to have welcomed 1.76 million visitors during August, of which international visitors totaled 156,000.
In the first 8 months of this year, tourists visiting Hanoi reached some 12.38 million, an increase of 4.2-fold over the same period of 2021. Hanoi's tourism sector is set to welcome 9 to 10 million visitors this year, including 1.2 to 2 million foreigners. Total revenue is expected to come in at nearly $1.2 billion to over $1.5 billion. The capital is focusing on developing tourism products where it possesses strengths such as cultural and sports tourism. It has also paid attention to improving communications activities to promote its image.
The resumption of international flights to Da Nang City has contributed to the recovery of local tourism sector post-COVID-19. The Central Coastal City is stepping up promotions in markets that are likely to recover soon, such as those in Southeast Asia and India.
Southeast Asian tourists were the first that Da Nang welcomed back after Vietnam reopened its border gates. According to travel agents, the number of Thai visitors increased significantly after direct flights were resumed. In addition to budget carrier Vietjet Air, which is operating 3 flights a day, Bangkok Airways and Air Asia will also open direct flights from Thailand to Da Nang in September.
Airlines have opened many flights linking Da Nang and Bangkok. Thai tourists really do love Da Nang.
Tourism business in the city have stayed abreast of growing tourism demand from India, the world's second most populous market, and developed suitable products and services to attract MICE delegations, family groups, and weddings from the country.
We have a private Indian chef and a separate kitchen and processing area for Indian cuisine. We are always ready to welcome Indian guests to Da Nang and Vietnam.
Da Nang's tourism sector is also actively introducing destinations and welcoming delegations from Thailand and India to the city.
We believe that Da Nang can not only welcome traditional guests from newly reopened markets, but can also welcome new visitors.
From now on to the end of the year, it is expected that there will be 5 more direct routes connecting Da Nang with major cities in India and also direct flights to Cebu in the Philippines. The Central Coastal City has also prepared infrastructure and services to cater to guests from Europe and the Americas by year-end.